So talking health, a training for health workers on cervical cancer screening and referral for primary and secondary levels across the 6 geopolitical zones has kicked off. The 3-day capacity building is to enable a reduction in the burden of disease and patients are given the best treatment. TVC News' Kemi Balogun has details.
The growing number of cervical cancer cases in Nigeria has brought the need to ensure a reduction of the burden through deliberate efforts. This 3-day capacity building training for both the primary and secondary levels of care is aimed at providing the techniques needed by health workers for early detection and treatment of cervical cases in all facilities.
A lot of women are already being affected that are going about with this disease. So to prevent death from these women is to screen them. Well, this is in line with the WHO call for action, which says that we must vaccinate at least 90% of our girls between the ages of 9 and 14. We must screen at least 70% of women who are at risk of cervical cancer. And we must treat 90% of women who have been screened positive.
In 2020, about 604,000 new cases of cervical cancer were recorded, making it the second most common cancer affecting women in Nigeria and the 4th most common cancer among women globally. Experts here say the ability to promote early detection and treatment of cervical cancer is the first step to reducing the cancer burden in the country. This is to complement the ongoing HPV vaccination campaign by the government.
Are like the first line physicians that our patients is. If they miss the diagnosis of cervical cancer at that stage, definitely it will not be detected again until it has reached to advanced stage. And once it has reached to an advanced stage, it's going to be very, very difficult. In fact, if not impossible, to cure. And that's only palliation.
We are training workers who will go back to the community to screen other health workers how to screen cervical cancer. Not only screening. Screening alone does not prevent death or incident from cervical cancer. Screening must be accompanied by what? By effective treatment.
Cervical cancer is a preventable disease, and when you see women dying of it, it pains someone. So it is my pleasure that I'm part of the training to help people that are dying, so that we'll prevent most of these deaths, unavoidable deaths for our mothers.
The theme cervical cancer screening and referral confirms with the ongoing efforts to totally eliminate cancer in the country. Kemi Balogun, TVC News, Abuja.
You're watching TVC News at 7. We'll take a moment and return with more stories. Do stay with us.
Doubt and fear doesn't occur at the canvas, it shows in the canvas. It shows the conation of raw earthen material slabbed, stroked and molded at a pace provided by the doubt and fear. Every move way in the struggle of one to the other, merging the past to the present, brushstrokes of colors seen but not known. For when the wailing stops, the pieces settle down in abject beauty erected for a century of a century. Speaking, advocating, protesting as the arts are meant to be.
Thanks for staying with us. In its move to settle the crisis affecting the People's Democratic Party, the party's Reconciliation Committee has appealed to members to be forthcoming and put aside every primordial sentiment that may hinder reconciliation efforts. Chairman of the PDP Reconciliation Committee, Olagunsoyo Yilola, made the appeal during a courtesy call to the governor of Oyo State, Seyi Makinde. While addressing journalists, Mr. Yilola decried the fact that the party had lost control of over 28 states since 1999 and is now managing control of only 12 states, describing it as alarming. Earlier, Deputy Governor of Oyo State, Adebayo Lawal, who received the delegation on behalf of the governor, emphasized that the committee has a serious responsibility to carry as it will determine the future of the party.
First, in my own humble opinion, we have to really drop primordial sentiments of tribe, of religion, of section, and embrace unity founded on principles. What has happened in recent elections, to my knowledge, for instance, in Edo State, we have lost Edo State to APC. Edo State election is coming very soon. What are we doing?
That they should be forthcoming. Let's forget, like the Deputy Governor said, primordial sentiment. Let's put all the cards up. There's enough room for everybody. I feel pained because there are non-politicians who are fasting and praying for PDP because it is the only party that has the national spread. Go to any of the 774 local government.
Away from that, the Senate leader and senator representing Ekiti Central, Okpeyemi Bamidele, has dismissed claims that he is acting against the interests of the Yoruba people by opposing regional government. Senator Bamidele, while addressing journalists in Ado-Ekiti, attributed the allegations to fifth columnists aiming to pitch him against the Yoruba people. He clarified that no bill related to regionalism is currently before the National Assembly, and therefore there is nothing for him to oppose.
I have said I am against Yoruba interests, that I don't want to support regional government. Let me say for the record, as of today, Monday, 7th of October 2024, there is no bill before the Senate. There is not even a memorandum before the Senate to debate on regarding regionalism. So, all the talk that I'm opposed to regionalism is fake news and is unfounded. We have not had any paper to debate on.
Elsewhere, Governor of Lagos State, Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has called on leaders and stakeholders across all spheres to prioritize creating an environment where youth can reach their full potential. Governor Sanwo-Olu, who was represented by the Secretary to the State Government, Abimbola Saleh-Hundeyin, emphasized the critical role of youth in changing the narratives and fostering a sustainable, livable environment. She said the state government remained focused on empowering the youth to align with the goals of the Lagos Resilience Strategy, which seeks to build a city capable of withstanding the impact of climate change.
The youth of Lagos must remain the architects of change, the innovators of tomorrow, and the inspiration for their peers. I urge all of us to reaffirm our commitment to building a new city where every citizen, particularly our youth, can reach their full potential. This is a collective responsibility. We owe it to ourselves and to our children and to future generations.
The building itself. So if you are talking of future, a better future for the youth, we also need to know about the protection of their immediate environment. The climate change is a problem now, and what does that entails? It means that we need to reduce the number of carbon dioxide that we produce in the environment. It means that we should appreciate green initiatives by ensuring that we have plants around our environment. It means also that we ensure that we are properly clean drained, so that our drains are not blocked, which will lead to flooding of our houses. These are all things that constitute the human habitation.
In other news, strict enforcement of building regulations is seen as crucial to achieving a sustainable living environment. This was a major highlight at an event held to mark World Habitat Day, focusing on the theme, engaging the youth for a sustainable urban future. Esther Mokwarela has more on the discussions, and business news follows.
With the population approaching 20 million, Lagos continues to grapple with urban planning issues amidst other environmental challenges such as air pollution and waste management. At this year's World Habitat Day event, real estate professionals emphasized the need for policies that encourage sustainable building practices, especially in a rapidly expanding megacity like Lagos.
What is the percentage of the land space that we set aside when we're doing our planning? Under the land use, under the land reform in the Lagos state government, I want to believe they probably earmark some areas for a side road where you can walk, and you have the green, you have the pavements, and you have the road. But unfortunately these days, the limited land that we have in Lagos is overbuilt.
We're also opportune to travel to Singapore, and we see that in terms of sustainable building materials, they are using technology to try different materials and solutions to some of these materials that will save in terms of energy, save in terms of finance, save you cost in the long run, and also build beautiful, sustainable buildings.
Another key issue raised was property ownership, along with other strategies that could help shape a more sustainable urban future for the city.
The youth are very special. We are, as a demographic, probably the largest contingent. Having them being included in this decision making, included in the process with different areas of specialization is very important to progress us as a state.
Let's try to go green in Lagos. You understand? In Nigeria in general, let's reduce our waste so as to reduce the carbon footprint released in the built environment.
World Habitat Day serves as a platform to promote sustainable urban development, addressing the pressures of rapid growth by actively involving the youth in shaping the city's future. Esther Makwariola, TVC News.